Wow. Coming out of absolutely nowhere, Angel Studios, the faith-based movie studio, has actually released a film that may be one of my favorite films of the year. Despite all the controversy surrounding the studio being sued by Dallas Jenkins, creator of the popular Life of Christ show The Promise, and a few other maybe unfair practice lawsuits in the works, I was a little hesitant to see this film, but it was kind of a shocker. Sketch is directed by Seth Worley in his directorial debut and stars Bianca Belle as Amber, a young girl who's lost her mom and deals with the pain by drawing insanely horrific sketches of monsters that she fantasizes about killing other people.
I won't forget. I won't.
This is the blood eater. It eats blood and pukes the blood back onto people.
Okay.
Including a kid who bothers her all the time, Bowman, played by Kalen Cox. Her father, played by Arrested Development and Veeps, Tony Hale, is trying to help her move on by taking all of her mom's pictures off the wall and putting all of her things out of sight and selling the family house. Amber's brother Jack, played by Ku Lawrence, is also trying to get Amber to move on and distract her from the pain. They both think something is really wrong with Amber due to the fact that these sketches of her are very disturbing and very morbid. When her brother finds a supernatural lake that fixes broken things, when dropped into the lake, Amber's composition notebook of monster sketches accidentally falls into the water, and all her nightmare monsters come to life, forcing the family to face not just her pain, but their own. Despite all the Angel Studios controversy, their mission, according to their website, is to focus on content that uplifts and inspires viewers. And this film does just that. But it does it in a very fresh new way that also feels like a throwback to the films that I used to love as a kid and still love as an adult. It sort of has an 80s vibe to it, even though it isn't based in the 80s, but it has this Spielberg feel to the film in a lot of ways. It feels like maybe an early Amblin entertainment type film. It feels like part Goonies, part Stranger Things, a little of The Explorers, a little Stand By Me, just a tad. I was actually expecting a dumb, poorly written kids movie like Harold and the Purple Crayon type disaster, and this was not that. This movie had some wildly unexpected heart, but some gritty, low-level heart to it, with an uplifting message about facing the bad while recognizing and holding on to the good in this balance of life, and facing the pain and going through the pain instead of ignoring it.
Life is all about balancing the good and the bad. If you don't carry the good with you too, then it's just going to make the bad stronger.
And that message being told in this way was so fresh to me and entertaining, and combined with very clever dialogue written for these kids, it really elevated this film to be something great. I have to talk about the CGI monsters because I'm one of the most critical when it comes to CGI, and I have to say I really enjoyed every CGI monster that was on screen. Some were endearing and funny, and others, particularly one in a hoodie and backpack, was actually kind of creepy. The absurdity of these CGI monsters work really well because they are these two-dimensional sketches come to life, and they aren't supposed to look real, but at the same time they are believable on screen. There's a nice balance of, oh yeah, that looks so fake because it's CGI, obviously, but it's a kid sketch. It's believable because it's something drawn by a young girl. It's expected to not look real. This is where I think CGI works best, honestly, where it's written where they aren't trying to convince you that this is a real-world element, but something not real from a child's imagination that comes to life as it looks on paper. A lot of the monsters have their own quirky personalities that correspond with Amber's emotions, and each one is a lot of fun, but some are sad and some are very thought-provoking. The film has a few setups to give you a solution to how they are going to solve the problem of all these monsters, and the writer does it in a way that's not obvious, but also not tightly hidden from you where the solution is out of left field. It's also not heavy in exposition trying to explain every little thing to you, but letting you figure out a few things on your own. This movie is really funny too, and so well written.
Are we orphans?
No, you have a dad. I'm alive.
Then what are we?
What do you call an orphan that still has a dad?
Come on.
I couldn't help but laugh out loud as the dad's sister Liz, played by Darcy Carden, who is a real estate agent trying to sell the White family house, gives her brother Taylor things to do while the house is being shown. The main one of not being in the house while it's being shown. And seeing her get upset each time Taylor runs into the house for various crazy reasons while she's showing the house multiple times during the film, that was really funny to me. Tony Hale was so much fun to watch in the film due to his comedic timing, but he also brings so much heart to the movie that I didn't know he was capable of as a comedic performer. And the three kids in the film, Amber, Jack, and Bowman, are so great together. These three performances in the film by these three young actors actually made this film what it is. The combination of the sad, depressed girl, Amber, the protective, level-headed brother, Jack, and the kind of dumb but sweet bully, I guess, Bowman, makes this film feel as good as it is. The flow that this film has is perfect. It doesn't drag, it takes a while to get to the sketch monsters, but the story is so intriguing, and you get attached to this family in a way that once the monsters come on the screen, you're still wanting these characters more than the monsters. The score is fantastic in this film. Again, it sort of felt like Stranger Things. It's that type of score, but with a less 80s vibe to it. It has this creepy but also endearing sound to it, like the score of E.T. and a lot of the intense scenes of that 80s classic. This film just feels great all the way through. There's a scene where Jack is at the lake about to make an incredibly sort of disturbing choice, and the dad is trying to talk him out of it. And then he turns around and you see ultimately the only choice that he can make, and it's sweet, heartbreaking, and just a fantastic scene. The look of this film matches perfectly to how the film feels and the message it gives. It's beautifully shot and graded, and even though the camera doesn't take a lot of risks in the camera movement, the film still looks absolutely great. All the colors of the monsters, and as they defeat one after the other, they end up looking like they were all in a massive color run. The only real problem I had with the film was that the explanation of the supernatural lake is never really explained, but I don't know if that really makes a difference or if it really needs to. It's kind of this MacGuffin to get to a bigger message of the film that is really the focal point of all of this, which is the thing that I keep coming back to is the heart of the film that makes this movie so great. The film just makes you feel good at the end of it. And honestly, it's been a long time where I actually left a movie just feeling good. I was in such a great mood after seeing this film, and it was a feeling that I wanted to hold on to as long as I could. I think we need more just feel-good movies in our lives, especially in this day and age. Movies that give us not only hope in humanity again, but hope in ourselves. I think everyone should see this film, and it's one of my favorites of 2025, surprisingly. Again, an angel film. Sketch is a heartfelt, beautiful film about dealing with loss and pain. It's about the messy parts of our pain, and it's very real and honest on many different levels. It's cleverly written with some really sweet, funny moments and dialogue, acted and delivered by an incredible cast. I honestly can't think of anything that I'd add or take away from this film to make it better. From the sound to the editing to the CGI, the way it makes you feel, it feels perfect. I may get a lot of pushback for this, but I'm giving Sketch 5 stars out of 5 for these reasons. I really haven't enjoyed a film like this in a long time. So do yourself a favor and go see this in theaters. It's for absolutely everyone. It's rated PG for some mild scary action, some mild violence, some rude humor, and some mild language. Sketch opens in theaters August 6th. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you. And remember, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
You guys, we almost died in a bus crash. A monster tried to eat me. I'd come all this way, pee my pants twice, just to give up and go home.
Wait, you peed your pants twice?